Hari Om Ji, everyone. Pranam, welcome back. And thank you for returning back. Good to see everyone. We'll start the class. Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankaracharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha. Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yes. So we will resume chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita, where we left about an year and a half ago. Chapter 4 we know is entitled Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. The chapter basically has 3 topics. It gives the avatara, Ishvara Avatara Varnanam. It gives the Jnani Lakshanam. And it gives the Jnana Sadhana. This is a very unique thing to Bhagavad Gita. Jnana Sadhana is not very easily discernible. Sadhanas are very commonly understood as means for one's own growth, one's own evolution. In simple words, the means that we adopt for our own shanti to begin with. Whatever be these means, whether they are Laukik means or they are Paramarthik means, Alaukik means. But whatever one employs as means to regain one's shanti. उसी को साधन कहते हैं. साधना मीन्स उसी को करना, उस साधन को उपयोग करना. Employing that sadhan becomes a sadhana. Now, popular sadhanas in the world, we all know. Laukik sadhanas would mean service to the world, people, just generally being of a compassionate nature, kind nature, having gratitude in oneself, value-oriented. In the Alaukik language, it is puja, parayanam, it is nitya karma, naimittika karma, it is upasanas, parikramas, all kinds of alaukik sadhan, जिसमें ईश्वर बीच में साधन का मीन्स बनता है. We take the help of Ishwar. What is it that helps towards moksha? Of all these sadhanas, none of them is a direct aid for moksha. ये सब मन की शांति के लिए उपयोगी हैं. They'll help to a certain extent. But for a seeker of moksha, मोक्ष का सीकर कौन है? Who has mumukshutvam and also has jignasa. Jignasa aided with mumukshutvam and aided with viveka based vairagya. उसके मन में फल इच्छा से मन उठ चुका होना चाहिए. The mind should have risen above the yearning for phalichha. मन की शांति भी एक किस्म का फलिच्छा है. But if we are only looking for मन की शांति as an end, then any of the laukik means will pull us, they will attract us. But when there is a jignasa behind, मेरा मन शांत अगर हो भी जाता है तो फिर भी इट इज ससेप्टेबल फॉर अशांति. वो फिर अशांत होने की, इट इज ऑलवेज vulnerable. Mind is always vulnerable to things and people, situations and environment around us. So our shanti seems to be very highly dependent on these things. Situational harmony, environmental peace, etc., etc. Conditions for our peace. If I only have that as an end, मेरे मन में और कोई इच्छा नहीं है, बस मेरी अब शांति हो जाए कैसे तैसे, then you will get pulled for a lot of other means in world. But Gita Shastram, we have established in details in the past, Shankaracharya has clearly spelt it out, is a Moksha Shastram. Moksha Shastra means it will attract a person who's desirous of moksha. And as I've just said, to be desirous of moksha means I must have behind it a certain vairagya based on viveka and a jignasa. These become primary aids to sustain the knowledge gained and to apply it in the sense that it becomes a sadhana. We are differentiating here. All other sadhanas on one side, लौकिक अलौकिक, कर्म के realm में, upasana के realm में, and another sadhana on one side which is just gyan based. which will be the direct means for moksha. Chapter 4 is going to introduce. We had stopped at the point where a jnani is able to see. Verse 18 of chapter 4 had said, after these three main topics, the fourth topic in the fourth chapter is Sanshay is obstacle. Man mein sanshay, atma sanshay becomes a great obstacle towards adhyanam and sadhana. Therefore, the last few verses will try and tell a seeker, avoid it. Means handle your sanshaya. 18th verse of chapter 4 is a very fulcrum based. Jnani ka lakshan. The entire third chapter had told us about Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is entire application. कर्मों में मुझे अपनी दृष्टि कैसे बदलनी है कर्मों को लेके. When I do actions, what are the shifts I take in my mind? Normal इंसान दुनिया में, we all know, even us, after knowing also we slip into it. What is it? हम कर्म करते हैं फल की इच्छा देखते. It's very natural. When I see a result, I am automatically pulled to do the action. निकलता है, प्रयत्न नहीं करना पड़ता. अगर मुझे कोई कैरेट डैंगलिंग दिख रही है तो like a goat, I will move towards it. If I see a stick in front of me, then like a goat, I will move away from it. Like a cow, I will move away from it. Wherever we see a sukhicha ki purti, phal ki purti, and phal always is an expectation in the future. आज नहीं है ऐसा हम मान रहे हैं, इसलिए मुझको चाहिए. I want something. So that phalicha drives me to do an action. With an anticipation, I will get it in the future. ये normal प्रवृत्ति है. All living beings work on this. This is a cause of bondage. This is a cause of punarapi jananam. This is a cause of mental disturbance. शांति का बिल्कुल विपरीत क्या है? It's if you want to put it very lightly, if anybody says मुझे शांति नहीं चाहिए, मैं क्या करूं? मैं कुछ ज्यादा ही शांत हूं, बहुत शांत मेरा मन है, मुझे और शांति नहीं चाहिए. महाराज जी कुछ बता दीजिए कि मेरा मन अशांत हो. इतनी शांति मुझे अच्छी नहीं लग रही. I want some flavor in life. I want some juice in life. I want some rasas floating. कुछ तो हो ना, मतलब कुछ होना चाहिए ना लाइफ में. So कुछ हो, कुछ भी हो, लेकिन कुछ हो. My life is too peaceful. What should I do? महाराज जी क्या कहेंगे? अपने पूरे कर्मों की इच्छा पूरी शुरू कर दो. Do only सकाम कर्मा. सिर्फ जो मन करे वो करना. ड्यूटी बिल्कुल मत करना. Don't act on your duty at all. जो इच्छा हो बस सिर्फ वही करना. जब इच्छा हो तब करना. नहीं इच्छा हो मत करना. जैसी इच्छा हो वैसा करना. जितनी इच्छा हो उतना करना. बस सिर्फ इच्छा से करना, मगर करना. Don't sit not doing anything. Do. And do based on your इच्छा. सकाम करो completely. After a few weeks and months, years probably, because these things take a little time for them to manifest. After a few years, what do we think will this person come back and say? वो एक इच्छा पूरी करने के लिए it got multiplied. उसने कुछ और किया, फिर और किया, फैलते 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 suddenly the person realized this has gone out of control. Now even if I want shanti, I don't have the time for it, I don't have the means for it. I need to now keep going with this cycle that I have started. इच्छाओं की पूर्ति तो खत्म ही नहीं हो रही. And what has happened in the process? I am entirely getting burnt away. What is happening? I am getting burnt. यही चाहिए था ना आपको अशांति? महाराज जी कहेंगे. We discovered अशांति. Now what is the means for shanti? अब उल्टा करो. We don't realize हमारे अशांति का कारण क्या था. यही सकाम कर्म हमारे अशांति का कारण था. तो अगर आपको शांति चाहिए तो आप क्या करोगे? Reverse it again. Means don't act on ichha only. It's not that you should never act. Don't act on ichha only. How will I, this is such a fine technique. इतनी subtle और इतनी amazing technique है ये, जो शास्त्रों ने हमको दी है, is instant peace the minute you act according to dharmas. मन की अशांत होने में फिर भी टाइम लगता है, बिल्डअप होता है. अशांत शुरू से हो जाता है बट बिल्डअप होता है मोमेंटम खत्म होने में. बट द मिनट यू एक्ट ऑन योर धर्मा, द मिनट यू एक्ट ऑन व्हाट यू ऑट टू डू, द मिनट यू अबाइड इन द इंटेंशन ऑफ डूइंग व्हाट यू ऑट टू डू, इवन द इंटेंशन, मेरे कर्म में फिर भी त्रुटि हो सकती है मगर मेरा इंटेंशन सेट हो गया. Even when the intention is set, there is an instant peace within. What was the means? The entire third chapter. कर्मों को जो योग में बदल देता है वो फोर्थ चैप्टर का बिगिनिंग में आ जाता है. What is the fourth chapter now saying? By the time you have finished your or you have practiced enough of कर्म योग, आपके मन में अब फल के लिए वो रस नहीं रह जाते. अब कर्म एज अ ड्यूटी ही रसहीन हो जा रस वाली हो जाती है. I'll repeat this. By the time you do कर्म योग, the फल की इच्छा does not pull the mind. It doesn't attract you. अब वो disinterest हो जाता है क्योंकि the very fact that the duty and the peace that it brought, वो ही इतना मन में शांति देता है कि now I am ready for the next stage of my inner journey. And that stage is where Krishna said, this is a knowledge handed down in parampara. मैं कुछ नया नहीं बता रहा. These are eternal established formulas, if you want to talk in today's language. They are established modules. आपको कोई नया एक्सपेरिमेंट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You don't have to do any new capsules and nothing. Just abide in this knowledge. What is the step? I'm repeating. हम सब प्राकृत हैं, सब इच्छाओं से काम करते हैं, सब फल से जुड़े हुए हैं, सबके मन में राग द्वेष है, सबके मन में all this happens. The seed of all of it is अपने पूर्ण स्वरूप को ना जानना, अविद्या. That is the seed. Till the seed is there, this ubad khabad of situational dependence will remain. So what does Shastra say? Start your journey. करते रहो जो कर रहे हो. Change the attitude. अपने मन के भाव बदलो. जीवन बहुत बड़ा है from one standpoint. Which standpoint? If I start the journey, there is enough time in every life to establish in it. Shastra tells us. From another standpoint, this life is too short. But from one standpoint, if you start it, it is long enough to practice. Once it has come to this practice, he says, परंपरा से ये जो formulas दिए हैं, जो भी ये करता है, they reach the point where he sees कर्मों में अकर्म. 18th verse of chapter 4. कर्म करते हुए उसको अकर्म का ज्ञान बोध होने लगता है. What is this akarm? This person is not a lazy person. This person is not an inactive person. कर्म योग करते करते उसके अंतकरण की राग द्वेष जो मलिन करते हैं मन को, और जो मन आच्छादित हो जाता है, means it gets opaque. What is the nature of mind? It's supposed to be crystal clear. A pure mind is crystal clear. You know how a child is? As a child, when just born and a little older, वो उनको सभी लोग क्यों इतना प्रिय हो, मतलब why does everybody find a child so beautiful? Nobody looks at the physical feature. A newborn baby is not a cute baby, है ना? It's not a cute baby at all. मगर हमें cute in the sense, you know what I mean by cute. वो इतना क्यूट लगता नहीं है, मतलब वो क्यूट लगता है लेकिन वो क्यूट होता नहीं है. You, I don't know, not a very attractive child, still has features to form, and the skin has to change, and once it changes after a few months, this child becomes a very beautiful child. But right from the beginning, what is it that every person, even animals, find it so natural to be drawn to a child? क्या है ऐसा एक बालक में? उसका मन शुद्ध है, उसमें अभी अहंकार का मैनिफेस्टेशन नहीं हुआ है. This man is devoid of the identification with the body, with its own feelings and thoughts. It's still working on impulses. Bhagwan has fed survival instincts. It is working on its survival instincts till it gets the capacity to get independent in life. उस इनिशियल स्टेज में भगवान, भूख लगेगी तो रोएंगे, अनकंफर्टेबल तो रोएंगे, सपना अच्छा आ गया तो हंस रहे हैं. It's very easy to decipher looking at the expressions of the child. Mind, we know by our other study like Tattva Bodh and other texts, is pure sattva, manifest, predominant. सबका अंतकरण में मन सात्विक है. Predominant इसका material is sattvic. And what is sattva guna? Sattva guna by itself is clear, shant, peace. Ekdam, you know, there's these waters, certain places like you have in the northern eastern areas, some particular lake, or when the water is absolutely clear and you can see through the water. दिखता है ना, बिल्कुल नीचे का pebble इतना, it's beautiful to see it. And you look at your own self over there. आपको अपना चेहरा साफ दिखता है उसके अंदर. What is it? Shastra's example that it said, when a mirror is absolutely clean, जब उस पे कोई भी लेयर नहीं है डर्ट की, जब एक मिरर एकदम साफ सुथरा है, तो उसमें जैसा आपका चेहरा है वैसा दिखता है ना. If you see a spot on the चेहरा, आप उसको मिरर पे साफ करते हो तो भी दिखता है. फिर और मेहनत करते हो मिरर पे तो भी दिखता है. करते रहते हो दिखता है. फिर आफ्टर सम टाइम यू सडनली रियलाइज ये तो यहाँ है. Then you remove it here and it's gone from the mirror. Mind is pure. सबका। इसको प्योरिटी को ओपेक कौन करता है? What is absolutely translucent? Now, there's a certain, I think it's a jellyfish or something, whose body is so translucent कि आपको अंदर भी उसके organs दिखते हैं. That's how clear a mind is. By Bhagwan's gift, उपाधि है ये हमारे ह्यूमन बीइंग में. सबके अंतकरण by प्राकृत स्वभाव is made up of predominant सात्विक गुण. तो वो शांत है, क्लियर है, क्रिस्टल है. बट एज वी कीप ग्रोइंग अप, देह से हमारा जुड़ाव लगने लगता है, अपने संबंधियों से लगने लगता है, अपने पूर्वम हमारी मैनिफेस्ट होने लगती है, एंड धीरे धीरे हमारा अहंकार बैठने लगता है. लॉट ऑफ इट, द लाइफ स्टार्ट्स functioning, and all our other gunas start operating also. And dheere dheere, as we keep growing up, this beautiful child's mind, by the time we become 7, 8, 9, we are rowdy, or we are already changed our, the mind has this opaqueness on it. जैसे जैसे बड़े होते रहते हैं, that's why Shastra always said start early in life. Why? Because, and we are all registering this now, at least all of us who started early in our life, we were blessed to have started early. And now that we are all going to the other stage of life, and now we are all realizing भगवान का बहुत कृपा थी कि हम जल्दी शुरू हो गए, क्योंकि अब अगर शुरू होते तो there was no chance of, the faculties have, despite all efforts, the faculties keep becoming more and more clouded. I hope this cloudedness, the opaqueness of the mind, does not allow the Viveka Shakti to manifest. राग द्वेष जब काम करते हैं मन में, तो ये राग द्वेष हमारे बुद्धि को स्पेस नहीं देते चलने के लिए, to do an objective reflection. What happened with reference to the stage of Chitta Shuddhi? When we start young with Chitta Shuddhi, by the time we are listening to all this, ज्ञानी वो बन रहा है सुनते सुनते, जिसको ये दिख रहा है that action has a आधार, अधिष्ठान है कर्म का. वो कर्म का अधिष्ठान ये कर्ता समझना cannot be. I'm going to repeat. If any of you do not understand, you can just raise your hand and I'll allow at the right time. Or you can leave a question in the chat. I don't think this has a raise hand option, but you can raise your hand, I will see you, or you can put your question in the chat. At the right time, we'll take it up. Now, this Chitta Shuddha Manaha, उसको ये दिखने लगता है, फल से उसका मन अब उठ चुका है, is not attracted, उसको मनी पसंद भी नहीं आता है. कोई कहे ना कि you will get this much, do this action, वो कहेगा if I have the means I'll give you more, but please keep me out of it. मुझसे मत कराना. क्यों? My time is precious, my energy is precious, Shastra is vast, Manan has to be through the Raga Dvesh. Handling it, I have to arrive at the point जहां मेरे मन में ये विचार चल रहा है, कर्म को अधिष्ठान कौन दे रहा है? Is my question tangible? What does a jnani see? He sees karam mein akaram. 18th verse of chapter 4. Karam में उसको akaram दिखता है. What is that akaram? It is not inaction, we know that. वो तो ऑलरेडी चित्त शुद्ध कर चुका है, वो क्यों इनएक्शन की तरफ जाएगा? उसको जो अकर्म दिख रहा है, वो चित्त शुद्धि से स्टार्ट्स टू नो, एक हिंट आ जाता है मन में, एक आभा, एक यू नो, जस्ट लाइक व्हेन यू सी स्मोक ऑन द माउंटेन, आप अनुमान लगा लेते हो कि वहां फायर है। इन द सेम वे जो कर्म योग करता है वो उस स्थिति में आ जाता है कि वो अनुमान लगाने लगता है कि ये कर्म का एक आधार है, एक अधिष्ठान है, कुछ है। What is that adhishthan? That adhishthan, he says, is Brahma, is Atma. जो ये देख सकता है कर्म में अकर्म की गति और अकर्म में कर्म दिखता है, means the inaction of people when they say, oh, I don't do anything, I am that peace as an external avalamban. So many people have this, in the name of spirituality, we fool ourselves. This is one of the obstacles that is definitely there for many of us. Maya has its own way of picking us up. वो कहीं कहीं से आके ऑब्स्टिकल डालती है हमारे अंदर. One of them is where we start thinking my shanti is that of Atma. आत्मा की शांति है मेरी. But actually it is a shanti of inaction, means it's that dullness in the mind. The difference between a sattvic shanti and a tamasic shanti is sattvic shanti sees through. समझ में आ रहा है? Sees through क्या होता है? उसको दिख जाता है. What is a tamasic और inaction की शांति? Dull. उसको नहीं दिखता कुछ भी. So this person sees. Who is a buddhiman? He says, a buddhiman is one who can clearly see which is this dullness wali shanti, because this dullness wali shanti will have to be, it's that opaqueness. You will have to rub it. You will have to shine it. You will have to crystallize it. This karmani akarma yaha pashyet. Akarmani cha karma yaha. सब बुद्धिमान मनुष्येषु, amongst all मनुष्यास, वही बुद्धिमान है और वही युक्त है और वही कृत्स्न कर्म कृत है, has done all karmas. The prayojan of karmas is now over for such a person. कर्म से उसकी शुद्धि हो गई, अब कर्म का उसके लिए कोई प्रयोजन नहीं रह गया. In practical life, all it indicates is maximum, you can say, is sharir yatra jitna. And that is why I'm going to take a little detour here to glorify the Sanatan Dharam and the lifestyle that we have lost almost. The purpose of this lifestyle that the Vedas had put very distinct categories of pravritti and nivritti. Grahasthiyon ko pravritti marg diya tha for the aim of chitta shuddhi only. And once a person is ready, they were freed from all these karmas. You could now take to Nivritti Marg, because Nivritti Marg is more conducive for Mananam. निवृत्ति मार्ग में आप सिर्फ शरीर यात्रा तक कर्म करोगे, you are allowed. नहीं भी करोगे, you are allowed as long as your mind is engaged in Mananam, Adhyanam, Adhyapanam, or any of these. So, such a person who has now seen through कृत्स्न कर्म कृत, वो सब कर चुका है, अब उसको कुछ करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है, अब वो सिर्फ अध्ययन करेगा. उसकी मन की स्थिति क्या है is the 24th verse which we have to start today. And we do this verse, it starts the process of jnana sadhana. Next few verses are all going to be Jnana Sadhana. And this brings us to a very important topic that we have covered, the Shastra has covered for us through Karam Yoga, is Yajna. So what is the 24th verse, which we also chant by tradition? It is coming before meals, people chant because it was done by the sannyasis. They were supposed to remind themselves कि हर क्रिया का आधार ब्रह्म ही है. Whatever I do, उसका आधार ब्रह्म है. That is the essence of this verse. Everything is उसका adhishtri means the base, the adhishtan, the adhar, the springboard of entire manifestation of life, of anything and everything that anybody does in any yoga, in any kalpa, and will ever do. The entire manifestation of life, the springboard is adhishtan yahan iska Brahman hai. This has to be a constant reminder. वो एक साधना कैसे करता है? So 24th verse is the ज्ञानी की स्तुति. Let's put it this way. जो ज्ञानी है उसकी स्तुति हो रही है. And for us as sadhaks who want to establish in Jnana Sadhana, for us it gives us a lakshan for practice. Now what is the whole thing based on? As I just mentioned, 3rd chapter said, 4th chapter starts Yajna. A beautiful word and absolutely unique to this culture, I think. What is Yajna? Because in that stage when Mahabharata was written, before that Karam Kand had grown a lot. So sab jagah pe Yajna, Karam Kand was prevalent. So Vyasacharya very ingeniously incorporated that and showed कि कैसे कर्म को जब आप यज्ञ दृष्टि से करोगे तो कर्म योग हो जाएगा, और इसी यज्ञ को आप ज्ञान का योग कैसे बनाओगे, that is coming in the next few verses. So don't miss the next few verses. We are now laying the seed for that today. What does he say? I'll just chant this verse twice and then we'll start with what is yajna and how does this get converted into a sadhana. Brahmarpanam brahmahavihi brahmagnyau brahmana hutam brahmaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam brahmahavihi brahmagnyau brahmana hutam brahmaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. We can also chant without breaking the sandhi. Brahmarpanam brahmahavihi brahmagnyau brahmana hutam brahmaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. Now here he brings in certain important criteria. First of all, whenever we do an action, I've just stated, हर action का, हर कर्म का एक कर्ता होता है. कोई तो कर रहा है, कोई साधन होता है, some means that you need to do that action. कोई फल की इच्छा होती है that you want to gain out of that action. Sometimes you do that action for someone. These are all called in technical terms karak. We all know the karaks. कर्ता ने कर्म को करण से संप्रदान के लिए आपादान से संबंध काके की and अधिकरण ने पर. You cannot have an action without karak. Karak implies bhed, division. कर्ता, कर्म, करण और फल, इनमें एक डिविजन है. You should automatically be able to see. जो करता है वो कर्म कर रहा है. कर्म उसका इनिशिएटिव है, मगर वो कर्म करने के लिए कुछ साधन लेता है. Need some instruments. A simple example, like if a potter makes a pot, the potter is the karta, clay is its material, that wheel and whatever water, everything that it needs, the mud that it needs, that is its sadhan, the wheel, the potter's wheel. What is the phal? When the pot is ready, he sells it and he gets the money from it. ध्यान रखना है, बिकॉज यहां है शास्त्र नाम. कर्ता, कर्म, करण एंड फल. फॉर एवरेज ऑल ऑफ अस ये चारों में भेद है. एंड इफ आई नो माई सेल्फ एज द कर्ता हु एक्सपेक्ट्स अ फल, I will involve the other karakas. This is not difficult to understand. ये तो common है ना? Common sense ही है. कर्ता, कर्म, करण, फल. हम इन चारों में भेद देखते हैं. इन्हीं चारों को ज्ञानी एक देखता है. उसको कर्ता भी ब्रह्म दिखता है, करण भी ब्रह्म दिखता है, उसको मीन्स भी सारे ब्रह्म दिखते हैं, और उसको फल जो मिल रहा है, मिलेगा, वो भी ब्रह्म ही है. इट इज ऑल वन. हाउ? कम टू द पॉइंट ऑफ व्हेन कृष्णा सेज इन द गीता, द एंटायर Srishti is held on the fulcrum of Yajna. What verse was that? Yajna से ही सारी सृष्टि जुड़ी हुई है. And that's a pivotal point which connects that third chapter to the fourth chapter. The entire creation is sustained because of Yajna. Now this Yajna, when done physically, has the components of karta, karana, karma, sampradan, फल. जब हम करेंगे कोई यज्ञ का मतलब ही था कि फिजिकल एक्शन होता है. There is a difference that is shown between yajna and homa in Madhusudana Saraswati ji's commentary. He says, होम वो है जहां आप एक आहुति डाल रहे हैं in the actual fire. When you are putting your oblations in the fire, in a Havan Kund, offering it to a certain Devata's injunction to please that Devata, with a hope that this Devata will be pleased and will bless me with. तो आप जो घी डाल रहे हैं, जो हवी डाल रहे हैं उसके अंदर, वो आपको देवता को पहुंचेगी, क्योंकि आप देवता को दे रहे हो. It's exactly like how in just a few years ago तक भी बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग होता था. एज चिल्ड्रन ऑफ कोर्स बड़े होके बुद्धि सीधी हो जाती है, लेकिन एज चिल्ड्रन द फर्स्ट टाइम यू रिसीव अ लेटर, फिजिकल लेटर. I remember 6th or 7th standard, my school friend, because of army school, father got posted, she went to another city and she sent me a letter. The first time I received a letter, it was very fascinating. ये चिट्ठी किसने कहां लिखी, मिल गई ना मुझको, from some other place came here. Yes, physically we all have a logic, post service, postal service, etc., etc. But it traveled through certain hands. All it needed was an address, the name and the address. डालने वाले ने अगर नाम सही लिखा है, एड्रेस सही दिया है, तो वो चिट्ठी पहुंच जाती है. Some people would get it very late, कहीं खो गई लेकिन फिर भी आ जाती है. चिट्ठी पहुंचती है कब, जब नाम है उस पे, एड्रेस है. इन होमा द सेम इज डन. उस पे नाम लिख दिया आपने भगवान का, सूर्य भगवान को, आदित्य को, सूर्य, और यू डू इट टू योर शनि देव, or you do it to Mangal Dev, or you do it to Guru Dev, or you do it किसी को भी, विष्णु, शिव, गायत्री, anyone. The minute you put that name there, now whatever you're offering in the physical fire, it receives, वो पहुंचती है उन तक. कैसे पहुंचती है? Through various hands, unseen to me. मैंने तो यहां से डाल दी, इसके बाद मेरा काम खत्म. My friend wrote the letter, put all her intentions, everything. Oh, I miss you, I do this, I do pada. Send me the notes of your maths classes. My maths teacher is terrible over here. And send me the notes, blah, blah, blah. Finished, job done, put it in the post box, gaya kaam khatam. After a few days, weeks, I get, oh, now my job to reply back. I have to, because I've received the letter. Home is something in which the ahuti is given deliberately with a particular intention to a particular Ishvara. Bhagwan, sorry, I always say Ishvara, to some God, to some form of, some name and form of Ishvara. What is happening in Yajna? Madhusudan Ji defines it, and that makes it very beautiful here. He says when the same thing is done internally, not in the physical fire, but the same components you invoke here within your own self. And the same components means एक करता है, उसका एक अपनी ऑब्लेशन है जो करेगा, जो घी है एक्सेट्रा जो यज्ञ में डालते हैं. So within yourself you will visualize, you will recognize there is a doer of this yajna. There is a particular ahuti that I am going to put in. There will be a fire in which I put this ahuti, and it is to be received by, there is a receiver of this, and फल से मुझे अब इच्छा नहीं है. Phal ichha is not there. You can make it a phal ichha also, but by the time now we are in Jnana Sadhana, so we are not talking about phal ichha. So far we are all clear? Anybody who is not clear, I'll repeat this. बहुत simple है. सुनीरा, okay? समझ आ रहा है? हाँ, that's the verse. Correct. 3, 10 and 11. Very good. Thank you. Yes. So, yajna is very important. Once again, हवन कुंड में जो हवन हो रहा है, उसी को आपको अब विजुलाइज करना है. यही अब मेरे अंदर, यहां भीतर, या मेंटली, लेट्स पुट इट मेंटली, होने वाला है. So the fire will be a mental perception. The ahuti is a mental perception. The doer, of course, is there. And who is receiving is also a mental perception. It's all without the physical fire, but the same principle. Why is Gita the binding block between Upanishad and the Karma Kand of the Vedas? वेदों में तो दो ही बातें हैं, या कर्म कांड है या ज्ञान कांड है. कर्म कांड में ही उपासना कांड इनबिल्ट है. So what has Gita done? Bhagavad Gita has joined the two. ब्रिज बन गया. कर्म कांड में आपको सब फिजिकल कर्म करना था और उपासनास करनी थी. उपनिषद कहता है आप सर्वकर्म संन्यास कर लो, कुछ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. बट यहां जो वेदांत सुनने आएगा उसका भी चित्त शुद्ध हुआ नहीं है. उसको ज्ञान में अगर हो भी गया है तो उसको ज्ञान की निष्ठा के लिए उसको क्या कर्म करेगा? अगर वो कर्म की, अब let me put it, काबिल ही नहीं है. He loses the capacity to do the karmas also. Not physically, but mentally no interest. फल की इच्छा नहीं होने से it's very difficult to operate on an action, to get into an action mode. क्या एक्शन करेगा वो? All this he will do within his own self. क्या करेगा? He says, first in the 24th verse, he shows the ज्ञानी. ज्ञानी क्या करता है? ब्रह्म अर्पणम. Arpan is a very specific term for the means, the instrument, the sruva, the wooden handle, जिससे आप अग्नि में घी वगैरह डालते हैं. जब वो हवन हो रहा है, होम हो रहा है, यज्ञ हो रहा है, वो जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट जिससे हो रहा है, जो ज्ञानी है, जो कर्म में अकर्म देख चुका है, उसको अब ये कर्म का अंग नहीं दिख रहा. श्रुवा इज नॉट अ सेपरेट आइडेंटिटी. उसको श्रुवा वन ऑफ द मीन्स ऑफ कारक नहीं दिख रहा. क्यों नहीं दिख रहा? बिकॉज वो खुद को कर्ता नहीं देखता. वो आत्मा अकर्ता दिख रहा है, बना है वो. वंस he has known himself as अकर्ता आत्मा, तो अब वो हर कर्म में उसको, एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ कर्म जो एक अज्ञानी को भेद बुद्धि से दिख रहा है, ज्ञानी को उधर अभेदता दिखती है. कैसे? वो अर्पण, दैट वुडन हैंडल, दैट श्रुवा, उसको ब्रह्म दिखता है. हवी ही, those ahutis that you put in, वो भी ब्रह्म है. जिसमें डल रही है वो अग्नि भी ब्रह्म है. ब्रह्मणा हुतम, जो उसको मिल रहा है, the very action of doing it, जो कार्य कर रहा है, हवन क्रिया जो वो कर रहा है, that is also ब्रह्मन. जब सब ब्रह्मन है तो उस कर्म का फल क्या है? दिस इज द दृष्टि. जब कर्म में मेरी अद्वैत दृष्टि बैठ गई है तो उसका फल क्या है? ब्रह्म एव तेन गंतव्यम. उसको प्राप्त भी फिर ब्रह्मन ही हो रहा है, ब्रह्म ही हो रहा है. उसको प्राप्त क्या होगा? अब कोई और फल नहीं प्राप्त होगा उसको, क्योंकि उसके सब कारकों में उसको क्या दिख रहा है? एक बुद्धि, अद्वैत बुद्धि है. वहां भेद नहीं दिख रहा उसको. मैं कर रहा हूं, ये मेरा करने योग्य है, नहीं है, कोई उसकी दृष्टि में है. You know, for us at this point of time, we have to accept the verse in full Shraddha. इट इज नॉट अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इंटेलेक्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग, क्योंकि ये हमारे समझ के बाहर है। क्यों समझ के बाहर है? क्योंकि ये ज्ञानी की अवस्था बता रहा है। ज्ञानी जो अपने को आत्मदृष्टि से देख रहा है, अपने को आत्मा जान रहा है, अपने को कर्मों का अधिष्ठान उसने देख लिया, ये कर्म, इंटायर रेल्म ऑफ कर्म इज मिथ्या, ये है नहीं। बुद्ध एवा, yesterday we saw बुद्ध एवा, ये सब क्षणभंगुर है। दे आर डिस्ट्रॉइंग ऑल द, दे गेट डिस्ट्रॉयड। ये कर्म का तो रेल्म ही बहुत छोटा है, यहां हुआ यहां खत्म। यू नो, एज when you just grow from your girl stage or even from a boyhood stage, aajkal to there is equality, so we can say both. And then when you, till your mother provided, your parents provided you 3-4 meals a day, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता था, you know, कुछ दिक्कत नहीं आती। But when you have to start churning it yourself, 3-4 meals a day, then you start realizing, oh my God, there's so much action that goes into it. This जिसके दृष्टि में दिख रहा है कि मुझे ये सब करना है, तो उसको एक एंड दिखता है, मुझे इसके लिए करना। बट हाउ नश्वर इट इज। यू फिनिश वन मील, यू स्टार्ट विद द सेकेंड, यू फिनिश सेकेंड, यू स्टार्ट विद द थर्ड, यू फिनिश थर्ड, यू स्टार्ट अगेन विद द फर्स्ट। मुझे बड़ा फैसिनेटिंग लगता है। No, forget this. When the helper comes and she cleans the home, I feel so bad when the next day she starts cleaning. अरे अभी तो गई थी साफ करके. And yet next day what do you see? It still needs cleaning. ये कहाँ से निकल के आ गया dirt? What is this? जैसे जैसे कर्म हुआ वैसा वैसा नष्ट हुआ, तो आपको फिर करना पड़ रहा है। That is the cycle of कर्म। मगर एवरेज इंसान सोचता नहीं है, समझता नहीं है कि सारा जीवन ये करके भी अंत काल में इसमें से कौन सा कर्म है जो मेरे को नरिश कर रहा है। यहां खाया, यहां खत्म, फिर खाओ, फिर खत्म, फिर खाओ, फिर खत्म, फिर खाओ, फिर खत्म। शरीर बढ़ता गया, बढ़ता गया, बढ़ता गया, बट अंत में ये सारा, वेयर इज इट गोइंग टू बी रिमेनिंग? इट हैज नो कैरी फॉरवर्ड। ज्ञानी sees the limitation of an action. ये पूर्णता नहीं दे सकता, ये मुझे कुछ भी नहीं दे सकता। थोड़ा बहुत margin of relief, okay, we accept. But if you raise your vision a little higher from mere survival issues, you realize सर्वाइवल इश्यूज भगवान की प्रकृति के नियम में ही है। भगवान हैज एम्बेडेड automatically. We will have very little work to do because we are human beings. We will have to do. Bhagwan has not given us all that faculty that he has given to all other animals. थोड़ा उसने पुरुषार्थ पे छोड़ा है हम पे, बस about that much. But if you raise the vision a little higher, then you realize that these karmas are absolutely minuscule. बहुत बहुत insignificant है ये। What is significant is that adhar, that adhishtan, that fundamental existential being, which seems to be the unifying factor, जो जुड़ा हुआ है हर कर्म में और फिर भी नहीं जुड़ा, जिसके आधार से हर कर्म होता है लेकिन वो नहीं जुड़ा। So what is it? Such a person gains Brahman, and such a person is Brahma Karma Samadhi नाम. उसको उसका पूरा चित्त, उसका अंतकरण, उसका ब्रह्म समाधि. It is established in Brahma Vritti. Now, few more minutes. The same thing if we have to take it to ourselves. एक simple example लेंगे हम. When you are young parents, how much you invest in your children? One example someone gave long ago, hit very beautifully, conveys the point. As young parents, you invest a lot of money in बच्चे की शिक्षा में. शिक्षा में उसके आप इन्वेस्ट करते हो. जब आप शिक्षा में इन्वेस्ट करते हो तो आप बच्चे में भी इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो. 2 आहुति हो गई. What have you put in? You have put in your money, your youth, your energy. You're partaking it. You are giving away. What is called an आहुति? जो आपसे अलग होके आप किसी कुंड में डाल रहे हो. This one point is clear? One point clear? What is called आहुति? कि आप अपने से कुछ अलग कर रहे हो. आप यज्ञ में जब घी डालते तो क्या करते हो? That ghee you can put in your khichdi and eat. What will you be called in the language of the Gita? जो अपने लिए ही खाता है और पकाता है. तेन भुंगते. He is a thief. वो घी मैं खुद भी खा सकती हूँ अपने खिचड़ी पे 2 चम्मच एक्स्ट्रा. Why should I put it in the Havan Kund? What a waste. इतना प्रेशियस घी है, इतना महंगा है आज तो. बिलोना घी is so expensive. इसको मैं हवन कुंड में डालूं. Now when you put it in Havan Kund, what have you taken? You have not, अपने लिए नहीं भोगा आपने इसको किसी और के लिए अपने से अलग किया है. To nourish something else. That's the right word. To nourish something else. So in Loka Vyavhar, when you put money, energy, effort, बहुत कुछ in your child's future, in your child's education, क्या किया है आपने? आपने उस बच्चे के जीवन में आहुति दी है. अगर हम ये देख रहे हैं कि हमने ये आहुति दी है तो वो अब रिसीवर है. It's a fire. Who has received it? That receptacle is the fire. This receptacle who receives it will grow. क्योंकि हवन कुंड में जब आप घी डालते हो तो उस अग्नि को क्या होता है? बढ़ती है. It flares. How long will it flare? As long as you go on putting ahuti. Very important points all these are. When you stop putting ahuti, what will happen? For some time, it starts to die down. And then it gets quiet. Khatam ho gaya. Now, putting something in a receptacle, seeing that receptacle as fire, you are the doer of it, और आपने उसकी आहुति दी. This will have growth, and that growth will nourish you. That is what he said. Te devaha bhavayantu. Those devas will then nourish you back. You nourish the devtas will nourish you back. You nourish your children will nourish you back. You nourish anywhere in society. That is why in our culture, there was so much importance on the concept of yajna coming into actual life, that कुछ भी अगर आप यज्ञ दृष्टि से डाले हैं तो वो कभी भी बिना फल दिए जा नहीं सकता. And this is where Swami Dayanand Ji had picked up, Swami Chinmayanand Ji had started the Jnana Yajna series. What is Jnana Yajna? Gyan, Swami Chinmayanand Ji himself is taking the position of that Brahma Gyan. वो इसकी आहुति दे रहे हैं. कहाँ आहुति दे रहे हैं? इट्स अ यज्ञ. कहाँ आहुति दे रहे हैं? श्रोत्रों के करण में. उनके करण में ये आहुति जाएगी. Once it goes in this ear, this is the fire. Once it goes in here, उसके अंतःकरण में it will now ignite the thoughts of Brahma Vidya. And the mumukshutvam will grow, the yearning will grow. Through this knowledge, the knowledge will take hold in another. अविद्या में ग्रस्त संसारी के चित्त में ये विद्या जाके अपनी स्थान बना लेगी. And then the ball will set rolling. This is the starting of the next few yajnas. How a jnani, जो अब कर्म नहीं कर रहा, and for all of us as we are growing older, we know our physical bodies are now not in the same position of running and doing, accumulating. अब हम सबको ये कर्म बहुत यूजफुल होने वाले हैं. लेटे लेटे करेंगे, चलते चलते करेंगे, करते करते करेंगे, जब करना है करेंगे. That freedom of being able to convert our actions into yajna, and they become the means for Jnana Yoga. कैसे? जो सुन रहे हैं वो, he'll give us in the next few, so we'll go as the verses move. So for today, this is just the building foundation of this important concept of yajna. And the more one picks it up in life and centers life around yajna, कर्म योग यज्ञ दोनों एक ही थॉट के अलग अलग छोर हैं. कर्म योग is the beginning points. It merges itself as yajna. They are similar things, not different. But yajna drishti is amazing because Krishna says in the Gita, the entire world is based on yajna. और वो दिखता है, पता चलता है. जिस दिन यज्ञ, इंसान यज्ञ करना कम करता है, बंद करता है, there is chaos in creation. Yajna means, very simply, parting something of mine that I have, Ishvara has blessed me with, and parting it to enrich someone else, something else. Bas. With an idea that this is an oblation, this is an offering. Once it is done like that, then it takes the jiva continuously to grow. So I think we'll continue with this verse the next week. It has a lot of subtleties in it. So let's see how it goes. Okay. I'll conclude the class. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, Sarve santu niramayah, Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhag bhave. ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति